One. This might be a little loud. It doesn't have a volume control, so there's no way for me to turn it down. So I need to talk a little quiet, which is not my human nature to do. So bear with me, please. Before we start, I'd like to introduce two new residents who are here this morning. One is Daphne DiMartino. Daphne, would you please stand up? She's in Unit 250. Welcome, Daphne. And the other lady is Nancy Knowles. Nancy is in 142. Welcome, Nancy. Nancy, are you here sleeping yet?
Sir?
Are you sleeping here yet? A week, okay. You've been here a week? Good, good. Well, welcome once again. Okay, we'll call it to order. Please mute your cell phones. And let's go, if you can stand, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll ask Bob McRae, our secretary, to do our roll call, please.
I'm probably loud too. Loud? Okay, President George Kent.
I'm here.
Vice President Don Hoffman.
Vice President.
He's out.
Treasurer Wayne Schweifler.
Here.
Secretary Bob Winry, I am here.
Hello.
Members at Large, Beverly Adair. Angela Fick. Barbara Schweifler.
Thank you, Bob. How about the approval of the past minutes, please?
We've all been sent and mailed one way or the other, the members of the minutes of the last meeting and our last few.
Thank you. Bob, Wayne, will you give us the treasurer's report?
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the treasurer's report for the month of August. We had a balance at the start of the month of $24,887 and an ending balance of $14,241. It was a decrease in a total of $10,646 for the month. The scholarship fund had donations in the amount of $170 and disbursements of $11,000 to the scholarship recipients. Holiday gift fund had income of $180 from the thrift shop, and the library fund had expenses of $63.52. Happy hour fund had income of $67. That leaves a balance $14,241 to the end of the month. Any questions? Thank you.
Marlo, would you please tell us about the special events?
Good morning.
Yes.
The September activity, I have to make an announcement first that the trivia for this week in the Bunko being moved from the auditorium here to the Dickinson Lounge. So that is Friday and Saturday of this week. Okay, coming down to the event, the Sunnyland Center and Garden is next this coming Saturday, 1 p.m. There will not be any house tour, but you can visit the garden. Can you all hear me well? Okay. September birthday celebration here in the auditorium on Sunday, September 24th. There will be entertainment and snacks. The travel event with the Kempner will be on Monday, September 25th, 2 p.m., and we will travel to Great Britain. Dining out this September 26th at 4 p.m. is at Casa Mendoza, and you will be needing to sign up. The book is always at the front desk. Oktoberfest beer tasting, Thursday, September 28th, 4 p.m. here in the auditorium. Again, you need some sign up for the beer tasting. After, there will be a chef dinner. You need no reservation for the dinner. I don't know, some of you have noticed in the weekly event for the week of September 17th to 23rd, on Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m., there is a flower group that meets at 2 p.m. in the Vine. And the purpose is to refresh the flower centerpiece. So if you like to create centerpiece, just come down at 2 p.m. on Sunday and help with the process. Event planned for October, there's a great shakeout disaster plan which is going to be more than entertaining. It's on the 19th at 10 a.m. You will be given more information on that. The Castaway Show, our drama club, will present on Tuesday, October 24th at 3 p.m. right here in the auditorium. Don't miss it. It's usually really fun. There will be a big Halloween event on Saturday, October 28th. There'll be a social in the auditorium where the staff will bring their kids, and they will be costumed, and there will be a dinner at the dining room that night, also a themed dinner for Halloween. You don't need reservation for that dinner. We will, as usual, do a candy donation for Halloween. There will be a big box at the front desk, and you can put your candy donation in there. Vanessa will remind you about that. I want to encourage all of you on Life Loop to go for the weekly calendar, and it comes also with a movie list. I just got it out and typed it to my weekly calendar, but the print is a bit larger than the main one, and so you might enjoy getting it. If you don't have one, just get one at the front desk, okay? Any question? Yes.
Is there anything served at the beer fest other than beer?
Water.
I assume there will be some snacks too.
No, but I mean to drink.
Oh. There's any other beverages?
Yeah. No.
I don't think so, but I can inquire.
You always have water.
Usually they put some cider or something like that, but we can check on that, okay?
And another question.
Yes.
Can we wear costumes to the Halloween party?
By all means. The more goals, the merrier.
What's the cost to it?
Halloween, you can be a ghost.
Any other questions? Thank you all.
Normal self.
Before I ask Angela to tell us about building and grounds, I failed to announce another new resident who's here this morning, and that is Heidi Meisel. Heidi, would you please stand up? She's in Unit 230. Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Angela, please.
Good morning. As we know, the recent two tropical storms caused considerable damage to both the interior and exterior of the Carlotta. Now, substantial work has been completed, but there is a great deal left yet to be done. Some preliminary completed jobs for the first storm were ruined by the second storm. And two outside firms have been working with Nestor's crew. However, this will continue to take extra effort and time involving our maintenance team, and this will cause some delay in regularly scheduled tasks. Not all of the storm destruction is readily evident, so Nestor will give us an overview of the amount of damage at the next FYI meeting on September 27th. And that should give us an idea of the great tasks that are yet ahead. Let's continue, however, to report any items that need attention with a work order at the front desk. Any questions?
Angela, can you explain to us why there's so much blow sand in the air now after Hillary went through?
Have no idea, but I would love to know why myself. I'm getting real tired of blowing it off and cleaning my car. I'm not being anything to do with the weather. I don't know. Here we go with an expert. No?
Years ago, we had this same problem. About 15 years ago, if I recall. We hired the same outfit that does the miniature or smaller cleaners do the parking lots in the town center or in the shopping malls. And they came in and did all of the streets and everything, and it certainly improved it. I think maybe that would be something that should be looked into.
Anything else? Thank you.
Okay. I'll take care of dining services. I'm sure you all agree the new variety we have seen on the right side of the menu has made us all very happy. Chef Jorge reminded the committee that he intends to change the items on the right side of the menu October 1st, and it will be considered a new autumn part of the menu. Blossom Lounge bar is open now for light bites to be served from 3 o'clock until 7 o'clock. They started doing that on September 13th. We talked about how some new residents might feel a little intimidated coming to the dining room for the first time. And so we really encourage you to, if you see a new resident in the dining room, make sure you welcome that individual to not only the dining room, but also to the Carlotta. You can go back and remember your first time in the dining room, that you might have been a little bit intimidated. The next regular meeting of the Dining Services Committee will be on Thursday, October 5th at 1:30 in the Army Dining Room. So any of you who would like to attend any of these committee meetings, they are always open for residents. I'll turn it over to Bev now. Would you tell us about health services?
Good morning. Is this better? One of the improvements that has come about very recently is because of a suggestion from our Health Services Committee, and that is the addition of emergency monitoring devices in our public rooms. Some of you may have been involved in the past when a resident was having a health incident, perhaps in the gym or maybe in the Dickinson Lounge. And in order to call for help, either there was no one wearing their pendant or everybody was wearing pendants. They pushed their button and the health services department had no idea what was going on. Now, there are monitoring. This is working. This is off. Now there are monitoring devices in a number of our public rooms. I don't know how many of you have noticed, but here in the auditorium, there's a monitoring device on your left as you go out that door, just like the ones in your bathroom. All you have to do is click it if you know someone's having a problem, and the Health Services Department will automatically know that the problem is in the auditorium. There's also one in the Dickinson Lounge. There is one in the gym, and I think a couple of other places. So this should help a lot in cases of emergency. Okay, switching gears. Molly, in one of her letters, announced that we're having a flu clinic on October 12th. So I want you to know this is really more than a flu clinic. It's being done this time by Albertsons. The vaccines available to us, in addition to flu, will be COVID, RSV, the other respiratory disease that's circulating, shingles, pneumonia, Tdap, and hepatitis B. You don't have to remember all of this. This is just so you know that this is coming and you will have options. The Carlotta is going to provide us a flyer, and Rebecca, as she did with the 602s, Rebecca is going to be calling us and making sure that we each can pre-register, and she will help us for the flu clinic, which is more than a flu clinic. Question, Ruthie?
Are all those shots going to be given the same day?
Yes, just October 12th, here in the auditorium. Oh, how many? That's up to the medical people.
But will they be only here on October 12th?
Yes, they will only be here on October 12th. But this is you'll hear a lot about this, I'm sure, at FYI next week, and perhaps sooner. I just wanted you to know that it's more than flu, and there are a lot of options that we're going to have. Any other questions? Okay, I'm going to switch gears to scholarship. As most of you know, we had a ceremony that was presenting 4 associates
with scholarship awards. And thanks to you all, we gave away $11,000 to 4 recipients. And it was based on the length of time they have been here at the Carlotta. So we've done a wonderful job, and don't forget though that all year long, Wayne is more than happy to accept checks that will go to scholarship. And next spring, we will have another scholarship campaign, and we left $6,000 in the scholarship fund as a start for next year. Any questions?
Bill?
Oh, Cheryl.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to health services.
Yes.
Can you remind everyone about contacting health services in the event that they get sick of anything, and what kind of services they can expect from health services? Molly?
It is important that if you're not feeling well, you do contact health services because they need to know that. And Molly, that would be wonderful. Would you like to come all the way up here and take the microphone?
Good morning. Yes, it's very important to let health services know if you're having surgery, if you got some sort of illness, anything that's going on with you from a health-related perspective. The types of services are going to vary based on the ailment, the surgery, whatever. For example, we'll use something that we all became way, way, way too familiar with, COVID. It's still around. Say you come down and you test positive for COVID-19. The guidelines now are significantly different than the way they used to be. So let's, for example, say I test positive today. I would quarantine in my apartment, casita, what have you, for 5 days. The quarantine period is 5 days now. 5 days from the day you test positive. A lot of times we're seeing people are symptomatic or not symptomatic or asymptomatic or maybe just very, very minor kind of cold-like symptoms. If you are having cold-like symptoms, it's a very good idea to reach out to the health services team. We have the ability to do the rapid test or the PCR test. You don't have to go anywhere. We can do them here and send them out and then treat you accordingly. If you test positive, the health services team with you will work. Do you want us to contact your doctor, or would you prefer to do that? You are independent. So we can work that way. Meal delivery would be complimentary for those 5 days or while you're quarantining. You do not have to retest on day 5. We all learned during COVID, it is highly probable that you're going to continue to test positive even though you're not contagious or anything like that. So it's not a requirement to retest to break you out of your home jail. You do, though, have to be asymptomatic for 24 hours prior to entering back into the world. So say, for example, you go through your 5 days. So, if I tested today, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday would be my 5th day. But if I am still runny nose, fever, whatever my symptoms are, and there's a whole laundry list of them, on Saturday and Sunday, I would still be asked to quarantine until I was free of those symptoms for 24 hours. If your quarantine extends past day 5, obviously meal delivery and whatnot would still remain complimentary from us, from the community. Everybody's reaction to COVID or flu or anything is going to be different, so we're available to you. The team checks in on you. I call and check in on you. If you need anything, say you need groceries, we can get you groceries. So we're here to provide services to you or help to you, depending on what you need. I've had people tell me they don't need anything. I've gone and grocery shopped for folks. So it's going to be a little bit different for everybody. So that would be on kind of an acute type illness. If you're having surgery, I would prefer to know about it prior to the surgery. That's helpful for us, just to know what's going on with you, to know if we need any additional paperwork from you on it, or what kind of support services you may need upon returning from that surgery. Is it going to be a situation where you're visiting skilled nursing for a little bit and we need to help organize that, whether you're going to Aspen or to Rancho, whatever skilled nursing you're going to? Do we need to do an assessment, come to the hospital to do an assessment for a couple days worth of, care need after the fact? Again, on our first Wednesday in October, we're going to revisit kind of skilled nursing 101 in our health services chats. The health services committee came up with some scenarios for me to answer kind of different questions that people may have. I will be there doing most of the talking, but Vivian also will be there. And as many of you know, Vivian's background is social services admissions coordinator in skilled nursing. So she can answer from that perspective on, if I have a planned surgery, I know that I'm going to need rehab services after the fact. How do we get it all lined up prior to going in for surgery, so that I know, the Carlotta knows, and then the skilled nursing and the hospital know what kind of the next couple of weeks of care for me is going to look at. So I would encourage everybody to attend that discussion, reminding everybody that while we have 4 great scenarios that the committee came up with, we probably have 40 different scenarios in the room. So some stuff is going to be general and more kind of high, like, if you have a hip replacement, this is what this could look like, but obviously things are different for everybody, so taking that into account. All right?
Thank you, Molly. Good question.
Yes.
I have a question.
Sure.
I was sick
Mm-hmm.
last week. I was sent with dinner to my room, to my apartment, with a bill taken off $7.50, $7.57.
Well, the delivery is free. The meal is not. The delivery. So if I'm telling you, please don't leave your room, you're contagious, I am not going to then charge you the $5
For delivery.
for the delivery. But the meal itself is not a complimentary thing.
Right. Okay,
So that's, the $7.50 was not, that was the cost of the meal, not the cost of delivery.
Okay.
Okay?
Because it was sent to me, so I assumed.
And because we have our new fabulous POS system for the receipt, so you can keep track of where you're at in the month, if that matters to you. Just as a little side note with the flu, we're going to call it flu/assorted vaccine clinic. If you have received your RSV, your COVID booster, your flu shot off property, I got mine the other day when I was out at Kaiser. Please get us a copy of that so we can add it to your record and we can know that we don't have to, you're ready to go for this coming flu season. All right, thank you.
I just have a question. Sure. I know how the healthcare charges you for the care they give on a regular basis, but for the emergency things like that, is that a care where you come in to see if you need to go to the emergency room or anything?
We don't. That's
okay.
funny with her.
What is the question,
The
Molly?
question was, so say you pressure pendant in your apartment or casita because you're not feeling well or you had a fall and health services is responding to do kind of basic evaluation of do we need to be sent to the ER? Do you need some steri strips, basic first aid, check your blood pressure, whatever the case may be. Bob was asking what is the charge for that? There is no charge for that. I always like to remind everything. When we get into charging for health service related tasks or items, if things become consistent and ongoing, I'm hoping nobody consistently has an ongoing emergency daily that they're having to be sent out to the hospital or something for. But if you don't feel good and you pressure pendant and they respond and it's determined you need to be sent out to the ER, that's not a chargeable thing at all. Okay?
Thank you, Molly. According to the council bylaws, this morning we will be entering and asking the council members to submit their people who will be on the nominating committee to interview potential council members for next year. So asking the council, do you have any recommendations? Yes.
I would like to nominate Bill Koenig to the nominating committee.
Anyone else?
I would like to nominate David Sherman to the nominating committee.
And nominate Marilyn Scheckman.
Okay. Do we have any more from the council? Those people will be submitted and will be the nominating committee to interview potential residents for the council for 2024. Are there any general questions that you'd like to ask me? Yes, Bill.
Worrying about the gate out in front. We were a gated community, but it doesn't appear that we're a gated community any longer.
Yeah, I have noticed that it is open. Vivian or Molly, do you have any help on that question, which is the front gate, which has been inoperative?
But it's storm related, the water flooded, some of the wiring Nestor has, and the 0 button is not operating correctly. We do have quotes to replace the call box, which I've submitted for approval, so we're working that out.
Anything else I'd like to ask? We thank you all for coming. Hope to see you again next month. But meanwhile, next Wednesday is the FYI meeting. Have a good day and thank you for coming.